Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the event safety and information video for this weekend's Three Bridges Run. My name is Mark. I'll be your race director on Sunday. Before we get started, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians upon whose land we will be meeting and pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. We have a full field of over 1,200 runners for the event this coming Sunday. Really looking forward to getting you out on the course. Few safety and information things I want to go over now to make Sunday run that much smoother. I'll try to keep it short, so please bear with me. Firstly, the event program for the event was sent out to all runners last week. It's also available on the event website, and the email this video was attached to as well. If you haven't already, please have a good read of the event program. Chances are, if you have a question regarding the event, it is covered in the event program. The most important thing I want to talk to about today is safety. Help make you guys and girls as safe as possible on Sunday. Number one for that is road crossings. There are a couple of sections on this course where you will be crossing roads. They are quiet roads and generally not very busy, especially on weekends, but they are open to the public and could have traffic travelling along them. They will all be marshalled and signposted as well to alert the drivers, but you need to give way to cars. The cars will not be giving way to you. So if you are approaching one of those road crossing locations, the marshals will be there to help as well, but you need to pay attention. Make sure you check there are no cars coming before you cross. If you need to stop and wait a couple of seconds while a car goes past, that's what you will need to do. As I said, there's a few of those, especially on the 21 and the 42 kilometre course, so please bear that in mind on Sunday. The course is also open to the public. There will be plenty of other users out on the course on Sunday, especially with the forecast of a nice early summer's day. All those other users have as much right to be on the trails as you do, so please give them plenty of respect and allow them to enjoy the course as much as you will be. Please give them space where you can. As you run along, run in single file, stick to the left, all those sort of things. The other users will hopefully be doing the same thing, and we'll all share the path and have an excellent day. If you are out on course and you come across an injured runner, please stop and provide any assistance that you can. A good thing to do would be to send some other runners along further along the course with the injured runner's race number and the nature of the injury, so they can then pass that on to the next aid station or marshal point location, so then we can enact an appropriate first aid response. If you do stop and assist an injured runner, the opportunity does exist for us to credit you the time that you spent looking after that runner. You come across a runner that's twisted an ankle and you stop for a couple of minutes to provide assistance, come and see us at the finish line and we can credit you that time you spent helping out your fellow runners. The main safety or the main injury risk or illness risk for Sunday will actually be heat exhaustion. It is going to be quite warm on Sunday with a forecast of temperatures nudging into the 30s. We are starting quite early. A lot of you will be off the course well and truly before it starts to heat up, but there is the possibility that if you are taking more time out on course, the weather will start to heat up. We recommend you carry water with you on the course if at all possible. So please consider doing that to help make sure that you stay hydrated and make sure that you fill up and have plenty of water at the aid stations as you go along the course. There is also a number of spots you'll come across during the run where there is water available on the course at some public bubblers and things like that. Make use of those as well if you need it. Registration for the event will open on Sunday morning at 6 AM alongside the start line at Western Sydney Uni. No race bibs have been posted out all runners will need to come along to registration to collect their race bib. Simply come along, give us your race number that is attached to this email and is also on the runner list that's attached to this email, and we'll be able to give you your race number and you'll be right out on course. Registration does open at 6 a.m. for you 5 and 9 kilometre runners who are starting closer to 8 o'clock rather than 7 o'clock. I recommend not coming along at 6 a.m. when the 42 and the 21 kilometre runners will be there, but turning up to registration about an hour before your start time will be plenty of time to get your race bib, visit the bathroom, and then get to the start line. Speaking of bathrooms, thanks to Western Sydney Uni, we will have access to actual permanent bathrooms at the event and not portable toilets at the start-finish line. That means they are a little bit away from the start-finish area. One set of toilets is around 50 metres away, the other is around 150 metres away, located inside some of the uni buildings. Check the map that's in the Google Map link that's in the event program, which shows where those toilets are located. There will also be signage up on the day. That means we don't have to use any portaloos, which I'm sure you will all appreciate. Parking for the event. There is plenty of parking within the grounds of Western Sydney Uni. Once again, check that Google Map link in the event program for those locations. There is a $9 per day parking fee for use of those car parks, so you might want to consider carpooling or using public transport to access the event if you want to avoid those fees. There is also some parking on nearby streets. That will mean a bit of a walk to get to the event centre. So if you want to park right next to the right near the start-finish line, you will need to pay that $9 parking fee to the uni. The course will be heavily marked on Sunday. There will be plenty of red on white arrows showing which way to go, and red on white wrong way signs indicating which way not to go. On top of this, there will be pink tape all the way along the course to help indicate that you are on the right track. The course will be marked on Saturday, checked again on Saturday afternoon, and then also there'll be pre-runners out on Sunday morning to check the course once again. However, we are close to the centre of Sydney, which is a big city, and as I mentioned earlier, there'll be plenty of other users on the track. That means there exists the possibility that some course marking could be tampered with in between when the pre-runners go through and when the first runners arrive. So I recommend you all have a look at the links in the event program to your course to make sure that you are familiar with where it goes to help in case that does happen. It hasn't happened in the past. We don't plan on it happening this year, but it is something to consider that someone could inadvertently, a member of the public could inadvertently remove some pink tape thinking that it shouldn't be there in between when the pre-runners come through and then when the first runners start. So something to bear in mind. Post-race, there will be water available alongside the finish line. There will also be some fruit at the finish line as well. Food vendors, though, there won't be any food vendors at the event. Due to the rules surrounding the use of the uni, we are not allowed to bring in outside food suppliers onto the uni ground. Piccolo and Me, the cafe, will be open for your morning coffee, and they have some light snacks available, but for anything more hearty for a post-race meal, you will need to go off the uni grounds to do so. And lastly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our amazing volunteers that are going to help make this event happen. There'll be over 70 volunteers, either at registration, at the aid stations, and marshalling at all those important junctions along the course. You'll be able to identify them by their red volunteer shirts. They're giving up your time and getting up early to help you have a great day. So make sure you thank them as you run past. That's all for now. Looking forward to seeing you all Sunday morning bright and early. If there's any more updates, I'll be sure to send them through. Otherwise, we look forward to seeing you on the start line. Thank you.